Okay, let's dive into this. Kim Kardashian. Wow, just saying the name brings up so much, doesn't it?
It really does. She's everywhere. Magazine covers, social media feeds, just unavoidable in the 21st century.
Totally. And today, we're really digging into what makes the whole Kardashian business empire tick.
Yeah, and it's quite an empire. We're using some excerpts from the Kardashian business empire to sort of map out Kim's journey specifically. She's so central to it all.
Absolutely. And look, if you're listening because you want the key insights, the real story, without wading through tons of info, this is for you.
We're aiming to unpack how she went from, reality TV star to this global business force.
Right, and what that means kind of in the bigger picture. So our mission today is really understanding that evolution and its impact.
So the source material really starts at the beginning, her background.
Yeah, born October 21st, 1980, Los Angeles. But it wasn't just any LA upbringing.
No, definitely not. The family connections were significant right from the start.
You have her father, Robert Kardashian, a well-known attorney, obviously huge profile from the O.J. Simpson trial.
And her mother, Kris Jenner, who, well, she's become this powerhouse manager, really the architect behind so much of the family's public image and business.
Growing up in Calabasas,
Yeah.
it wasn't just affluent suburbia. It sounds like it was immersion.
An immersion, exactly, into celebrity culture, how Hollywood works from the inside.
So connecting those dots,
Mm.
it's like she had this early, almost unique view of fame.
Yeah, an insider's perspective. The source suggests this gave her the tools, maybe subconsciously at first, to navigate that world later on.
Like a kind of apprenticeship in fame itself.
Oh.
Interesting.
And that leads us right into, well, the Big Bang moment, 2007, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, KUWTK.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The show, it wasn't just another reality show, was it? It hit differently.
It really did. The formula seemed simple enough, blend their personal life, professional stuff, drama, glamour.
But the family dynamic was key.
Absolutely. And somehow showing the lives of these incredibly wealthy people resonated. It became a sensation.
Why do you think that was? The source mentions making the unattainable seem relatable.
Kind of. It was aspirational, for sure, that lifestyle. But they also showed arguments, vulnerabilities, everyday family stuff. It created a connection.
And Kim herself really emerged from the pack, didn't she?
She absolutely became the breakout star. Her style, her presence, people were drawn to her.
She had that charisma.
Definitely. But we should also mention the criticism that came along with it.
Right. The whole famous for being famous debate really kicked off around them, didn't it? Questions about what celebrity even meant anymore.
Exactly. It sparked a lot of discussion about modern fame and values.
Okay, so this show's a massive hit. She's a star. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. We have to address the controversies.
Yeah, you can't really talk about her rise without mentioning the 2007 private tape. That was huge.
A massive scandal. But the source suggests that, paradoxically, it also massively increased her visibility.
It did. And the key thing, according to the analysis, is how she and her team responded. They didn't just let it happen to her. There was a strategic element in using that intense spotlight to start building her brand identity.
It's like taking a really difficult, challenging moment and somehow redirecting the energy.
Something like that. And the scrutiny didn't stop there, obviously.
No kidding. Her relationships, marriages, family stuff, all played out very, very publicly.
Constantly under the microscope. Yet somehow she managed to maintain this carefully curated image.
It's a real balancing act, isn't it? Showing vulnerability, but also projecting strength and control.
A very finely tuned public persona.
So navigating all that
Mhm.
leads us to the next phase, the pivot into serious business.
Right. Moving beyond just being a personality. And this seems directly tied to her social media presence.
Which was and is enormous.
Absolutely massive. And she understood its power early on. She leveraged that direct connection with millions of people to build actual businesses. KKW Beauty is the prime example.
Ugh. KKW Beauty. Okay, that wasn't just sticking her name on some lipstick, was it? It felt like it actually made waves in the beauty world.
It really did. The contouring focus, for one thing.
Yes, she basically brought contouring to the masses.
And the push for inclusivity with shades, that was significant too. It became a billion-dollar brand incredibly quickly.
What was the magic there? Just her name recognition?
That was a huge part, obviously. A massive built-in audience ready to buy whatever she recommended. But it was also timing contouring was trending. And the direct-to-consumer model?
Cutting out the middleman. Smart.
Very smart. Plus, the social media buzz created instant demand. It was a powerful combination.
Okay, and then there's Skims. another huge success.
Yeah, the shapewear brand. And again, the inclusivity angle was central.
People really responded to the range of sizes and skin tones. It felt different from traditional shapewear.
It challenged those old standards, definitely. The messaging was very much about body positivity, fitting more body types. They didn't just offer more sizes, they made it core to the brand's identity.
Filling a gap in the market, it seems.
A gap many people felt quite strongly. Consumers felt seen.
And we shouldn't forget the earlier stuff, too. The mobile apps, the endorsements.
Right, those were generating millions early on. It showed she understood digital marketing way back.
What stood out about her approach then?
I think it was the way she integrated products. It often felt, or was presented as, more organic, less like a straight-up ad, like here's what I'm actually using.
More authentic, or at least perceived that way.
Exactly. Strategic platform choices, posting frequency, it was all very deliberate.
So looking at the business side overall, it's clearly more than just being famous, right?
Oh, absolutely. The source emphasizes this pattern. Identify a need, use the personal brand for instant trust and awareness, and then execute smartly.
Trend setting, partnerships, knowing the audience.
Yeah, it shows real business acumen. The reality show was the launch pad, maybe, but the empire was built with sharp entrepreneurial moves.
The show lit the fuse, the business strategy kept the fire burning.
Well put. And then, more recently, another shift. Something quite different.
The legal ambitions. Criminal justice reform.
Yes, a really interesting evolution. Inspired by her father, the source says.
Getting involved in specific cases, advocating for people she believes are wrongfully imprisoned.
Very publicly involved in some high-profile campaigns.
And she's actually studying law now, isn't she? She's taking the baby bar and all that.
She is, putting in the work. It's not just talk.
What do you think driving that? Is it just the legacy?
Probably a mix of things. The legacy, certainly, but also likely a genuine awareness gained through her advocacy. Plus, it adds this whole other layer to her public image.
Right. Celebrity, businesswoman, activist, it complicates the picture.
It definitely adds depth, maybe broadens her influence beyond fashion and beauty.
Which leads us to her overall cultural impact. It's undeniable.
Absolutely. The source material really highlights how she helped redefine fame for the digital era.
Like pioneering the whole influencer model.
In many ways, yes. Showing the sheer power of social media for brand building on a global scale.
And her impact on style, beauty norms, contouring again.
Huge impact there. And her willingness to share personal struggles, whether you like it or not, did connect with a lot of people.
But there are two sides to this coin. Always.
For sure. The source notes the criticisms, that her fame represents the pitfalls of modern media, celebrity culture valuing visibility over substance, the commodification of, well, everything personal.
Fair points. But then the other side sees her
as a really savvy, incredibly successful businesswoman, someone who broke barriers, built a diverse empire, and masterfully navigated intense public scrutiny.
It's quite the arc.
It really is. The strategic evolution, from reality star to mogul, the constant management of that public brand, and now this pivot towards law and advocacy keeps unfolding.
So when you think about her whole story, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What does influence even mean today in the 21st century?
Right. And what are the long-term effects of building a life and a brand under that kind of intense, constant spotlight?
And maybe, what's the next unexpected chapter? It definitely leaves you thinking.